guys, happy Friday guys, also known as Hair Day Friday on this channel. It's your favorite vegan friend, Cece Marie. That is me guys. And today we are going to be talking about 5 tips into a healthier hair journey this year for 2022. So I wanted to give you guys some tips, some advice, some hints, some suggestions, some advice on what you could be doing to give yourself healthier hair, softer hair, luscious hair, all that good stuff, good vibes with your hair. So here are my 5 tips, 5 advices, 5 hints, 5 suggestions. However you want to take it, I hope you receive it. So let's get started. So we're going to start with number 1. This is no way in any order form, just however you want to receive it. So number 1 is deep conditioning. It is so important to deep condition your hair. Deep condition, deep condition, deep condition. That has been my journey since last year of just deep conditioning my hair every time I do a wash day. I normally wash, I try to wash every 2 weeks. So anytime that I deep condition, I am washing. The max I go is 2 weeks without washing my hair, depending on how busy I am. But I try, this is just me, I try to wash my hair at least once a week. So I am deep conditioning every single time I wash my hair. Every single time that water touches my hair, if it's shampoo and like shampoo, I am deep conditioning afterwards. So deep condition is definitely one of the top things that I recommend for a healthier hair journey. And so whether you deep condition, whether you do a leave-in kind of deep conditioner, I guess, or whether you do like a hot oil treatment, or whether you do, they're all different types of conditioner, but they are a deep conditioner. They get into your scalp, they penetrate your scalp and get all that nutrients and, you know, good things into your hair. So deep conditioner is definitely one thing that I definitely recommend for 2022 if you guys are seeking healthier hair, just getting a jump start into your hair journey, whether you're natural, whether you're perm, whether you wear weaves, whether you wear wigs, whatever your hair journey is, I definitely recommend to deep condition your hair. I will share in the comment section some products that I use for deep conditioner, but deep conditioning is definitely one thing that I will definitely recommend for you guys to do. Okay guys, so number 2 is consistency. So when it comes to your natural hair journey, you want to make sure you are staying consistent as possible. Whether that is getting onto a schedule as far as like washing your hair every week, knowing that you're going to wash it, knowing that you're going to deep condition it, and knowing that you're going to moisturize it. Whatever your routine is, you want to stay consistent with it. So if you start out with washing your hair every 2 weeks, you want to make sure you're keeping on with that. If you're starting to wash your hair every week, you want to make sure you're keeping on with that routine. If you're moisturizing your hair every week, whatever your routine is, just make sure you're consistent with it, because if you're not consistent with it, you're not going to be able to see any change. The only way you see change is if you're consistent with your routine. Anything that is worth having is worth working towards. So you want to make sure you're working towards that. So consistency is definitely one of the things. I think a lot of times when we are in our natural hair journey, if we don't see our hair get soft within a week, we just fall off the wagon. We say it's not worth it. Or we don't see our hair grow within like here, like if your hair starts here and your hair's not here by like 6 months, you fall off the wagon. You're just like, I'm not going to stop doing it. Or you just fall off the wagon with not being consistent. Consistent is key. Like consistency is key. It is key to your hair journey, because that is one way that you're going to be able to see change and see what works and what doesn't work. If one product doesn't work, that's just the product itself. That doesn't mean that the routine isn't working. That just means you need to try out different products. So definitely be consistent. Don't give up. If your hair is just not working, like if something isn't working, like your hair is still dry or your hair is still not where you want to see it, then try something different. You know, if you tried it within 6 months, like 3 to 6 months, it's like normally the routine, like normally the suggestion to give products enough time to see if it works for you. If by that 6 months you don't see it working, then okay, try something else. But you're not going to see something work within like a month or a week. That's just not how it works. Sorry. Number 3 is research. Can I say that a little louder? Research. Research. Research for your hair type, guys. Like, don't just take my advice because I'm on YouTube, or don't take anyone's advice because they're on YouTube. Like, research for your own self. Like, research for your hair type. I can give you suggestions like I'm doing now, give you tips, but it is ultimately up to you to research for your hair type. So what I'm saying is, I'm a 4C. I have very tight and curly and kinky hair. There's no way around it. Like, I have thick hair. Bless my mother. I don't know where I get it from, but I have very tight, curly, kinky hair. And so there are a handful of YouTubers that are out there that have the same type of hair that I have, or somewhat similar to me. But honestly, 8 out of 10, I may even say 7 out of 10, I am going to research. I'm going to research what I need to do for my hair, because I don't always want to trust someone 100% on what they say to use for my hair, because honestly, no one hair is 100% the same. So you want to make sure you are researching for your hair. To be on this natural hair journey, you have to research. There are going to be types of things that may not work for your hair. So like me, for example, you need to know what type of tools to use for your hair. So Exhibit A is a rat tail comb. I've seen some people use this for their hair, like literally combing their hair and wondering why their hair is coming out, wondering why they're hurting, like wondering why like they're like, you know, this is not for us, sis, bro, fam, this is not for us. I use this, the tail part, to part my hair, like when I'm doing parts or whatever, but I never use the teeth part. Never. I don't even use the teeth part to do my edges. And so I never use this part. I use this part, but I don't ever use this part. So you need to research. I found that using these kind of brushes that like pull along with your hair works best for me, because it pulls out way less hair. It really detangles my hair, so I do a lot of detangling when I'm conditioning. So you need to research what works for your hair. Like, I research conditioners for my hair. I research like products for my hair, as far as like what types of products to use, what types of product that my hair likes. And even just like knowing that because I'm 4C, I am low porosity. Another thing you want to research, knowing what kind of type you are and like your porosity level. Like, there's different kinds of levels, I believe. And so I'm currently still researching, so please don't quote me 100% on this, but I know for a fact that I am low porosity. And so for me, like I've said a lot of times on this channel, is low porosity is when you have a hard time getting moisture into your hair. So I know what works for me is like, I try not to wash my hair on very hot water settings. I try to do like deep conditioners a lot, because that helps me get the added moistures that I need into my hair. I try to do a lot of leave-in conditioners. I do a lot of steam in my hair, because that works well for my hair. My hair loves that type of things. But for someone that may also have 4C, it may not work for them. So know your hair type, do your research. I think that is probably one of the top things you probably want to start with in this hair journey, is research your hair. Like, research, because you can never do too much research, and there's so much stuff out there about natural hair journeys, but you also just want to take the time out to like learn your hair yourself. So you can do a lot of research online, but taking just that personal time to do your hair wash day and to know what products work for your hair is also very key, and probably, like I said, the #1 thing you want to start with within your hair journey. Okay guys, so number 4, and I know this may not sound like a big deal, but trust me guys, it is. So number 4 is water, hydrating yourself. It's in your body. Like, I think a lot of times we always skip that part because we don't think it's a necessity with our hair journey, but definitely hydrating and keeping yourself hydrated is probably one of the things that will help you with your hair journey as well, is getting those results that you want. So making sure that you're hydrated, because you know your hair likes water, my hair loves water, but your body in itself, like your hair is a part of your body. So you just want to make sure you're keeping yourself hydrated, because if you're keeping yourself hydrated, other things will start to thrive in your body, your hair, your nails, your skin. Like water is just versatile, and it just works well for everything as far as when it's healthy for your body. So just making sure that you're staying hydrated is, I also feel like, it's number one, not number one, but a very helpful tip into your hair journey. So number 5, and I think is also a very important fact, is hairstyles. So let me just say this, and it's probably going to be very controversial if I said that word right, which I probably messed it up, but I hope I said it right. Is hairstyles. So hairstyles is just very like, it's a very not taboo topic, but it's just whatever a person prefers. Now I'm going to say, whatever hairstyle you like, that's fine, but just make sure that it is beneficial to your hair. And when I say that, it's just make sure that your hair is healthy, and just make sure that you're not putting too much tension on your hair. So with hairstyles, there's so many different types of protective hairstyles. You can do braids. A lot of times you guys see me wear wigs. I've had braids. I have weaves. I don't think I've had weaves on this channel, but I've had weaves in my past. There's so many different hairstyles that you could choose. So whether you are natural, whether you are perm, whether you are whatever your journey is, just make sure that your hairstyles is beneficial to your hair, because there are a lot of hairstyles out there that are not good for your hair. So for instance, story time, and I'm not going to go all into detail, but when I was younger, I used to wear micro braids. We all know what micro braids are, right? You know, those little tiny braids. And I used to rock them all the time, because during that time they were just trending. Like everyone had micro braids, like they were popping. Everyone had them, and at the time never thought nothing of it. But you know, when you get your hair braided in those African shops, they braid tight, like mad tight. And after a while, like I started seeing like my edges and things like that just breaking off from it. And let me just say, I stopped getting micro braids probably like within, not that year, but like years later. I stopped getting them, and I didn't see the damage until later, because like even when you have the micro braids, like they grab like the tiniest hairs to braid your hair. So it's just making sure that, you know, you're paying attention to how much tension your hair is in those hairstyles. Because even like when I had cornrows, anytime I got it braided from the African shops, like it literally, I would see like my hair start to come and like rip up from the scalp from it. So I realized that my hair is just very sensitive to tension like that, especially when it comes around my edges. And I also realized is that I'm allergic to like synthetic hair, so I can't have like hair on my like synthetic hair or braiding hair on my scalp. So that's why I tried a different way of doing braids this time. So I did the knotless ones, but just knowing what hairstyles work for your hair, because wigs can work fine, but then sometimes they can't because they rub on your edges. Same thing with lace wigs. If you do like the glue application, you know, the glue can, depending on how you apply it and how you take it off, you know, can rip your edges. Like, so there's pros to these hairstyles, but then there's also cons, and you just need to make sure you're weighing them out. So definitely just research hairstyles, because hairstyles are beneficial, because first, they are less maintenance. You're not manipulating your hair as much, and you're not touching your hair as much. They allow your hair to take a break. They allow your hair to, you know, just lay low. And like I said, they're just less you finicking with your hair, because the less the less touching that you are doing with your hair. Oh my god, guys, the less touching that you are doing with your hair, the better. So I will say that those 5, I will say, okay, so the less touching you are doing with your hair, the better. And that's is the way you're going to see your hair thrive. I will say just leaving your hair alone is just the best advice that I can give you when it comes to hairstyles. So definitely try out hairstyles that give you a long time to like not touch your hair. And depending on what your hair growth is, what you do if you work out and things like that, will let you know like how long you can leave hairstyles in. So that's all a preference, okay? Okay guys, so that was my advice for having healthier hair in 2022. I hope that these were very helpful. There are definitely other advices that plenty of people can give you, but those are the 5 that I find that works for me, and the 5 that I find that is very beginner friendly for everyone that's going into this hair journey. Because let's be honest, there's so much information out there, so much, just a lot of stuff out there about like how to grow your hair, how to have healthier hair. But I really find that if you just keep it simple, if you just keep it like, you know, less maintenance, simple, that's the only way I can explain it. If you just keep it simple, your hair will thrive. Like, you don't have to get complicated with these things, with products, with things like that. So I definitely just want to say that I hope you guys have a healthier hair journey this year in 2022. Let's keep going forward, let's keep growing forward, and let's just keep having healthier hair, because you know that's what it's going to be all about this year. All right guys, so let me know, comment below about how your hair journey is going. What are your goals for your hair journey of 2022? Let me know down below. I'll put all the information down below in the description box down below. And yeah guys, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Okay guys, so as always guys, what do? We stay healthy, we stay safe, and we're going to definitely enjoy the journey for 2022 guys. All right guys, bye.